In today's metals markets, let's take a look at gold futures as they're experiencing some higher price action today. Gold futures coming off of some heavy selling pressure in the previous session where gold futures were down over 1.5% to trade higher today by a bit over 0.5% currently at the 23.41 level, so regaining some of the lost price action from the previous session, which was a 3-day closing low before trading higher here today. And when you look at some of the driving factors today, I think there's a couple things here influencing the market to start the week. Number one, the dollar under some pressure. I think that's helping to support the gold markets. Now, last week the dollar did show some relative strength, and that kept some pressure, I believe, on the metals markets. But today we're seeing the dollar giving up some of that recent strength. So I think that's a contributing factor. Number two, cryptocurrencies under heavy selling pressure today. So I think there's a rotation unfolding here today as we see the selling pressure in the crypto markets and potential rotation out of crypto and into gold, at least for a short-term rotation. And the third thing is Fed speak. Now, we did have a couple of Fed officials speak earlier today. Throughout the week, we have several Fed speakers. But the idea here is that the Fed continues to evaluate the data, and the perception is that if inflation continues to trend lower and the jobs market continue to come back into balance, that there's still a possibility they may cut by the end of the year, and that's another factor that I think would be a tailwind to gold if we did see the idea that they are going to for sure cut by the end of the year. Now, looking at the general trends, gold is coming off that recent low, but when you look at it over the last month, it's a pretty decent range here between 2,300 and 2,400, or I should say a pretty substantiated range when you look at the price action. Really, between this 23 to 2,400 level has been where the gold futures have been trading now for the better part of 5 weeks. And at 23.41, we're just in the lower middle of that level. And when you look at the general price action across the board, silver gave up early gains, is back to unchanged, and we're not seeing too much significant price action in the other metals markets. But gold recovering some today after some selling pressure in the previous session.